Did you find him?
Dark Matter Episode 3 has recently been released, and let me tell you, it was definitely a step up, especially with the end sequence that revealed something I have been dying to know. Will there be more than 2 realities and more than 2 Jasons? The end tells me yes to both of these questions. The episode also revealed the birth certificate of one Maximilian Dessen. Apparently, Charlie had a twin who died. We have to talk about what this means and what Jason 2 will do to find out more about this. Let's analyze what happened in Dark Matter Episode 3. Ryan's drug. One thing that was puzzling in Episode 3 was Ryan's drug and what it really did. So Ryan 2 built a drug called Lavender Fairy, and Amanda oversaw the trials. Jason 2 asked Ryan 2 to create this drug but didn't tell him why or how he would use it. Later in the episode, Jason and Ryan 2 figured it out. The drug allows you not to observe yourself. It stops the human consciousness from rejecting the superposition.
Theoretically, it's impossible, okay? Because the consciousness just wouldn't allow it.
It enables the consciousness to accept 2 people being in a state of superposition. That's great, but the rest of the dilemma lies in the box, which I will talk about in a minute. The birth certificate. We already know that a second reality was created when the original Jason was faced with a decision. Should he continue with Daniela and be a father, or should he continue focusing on his career? We know that this decision was highly instrumental in what happened after. Jason 1 and 2 would go on to have 2 different lives in 2 different realities. In the previous episode, Jason told Daniela 2 about what happened after Charlie was born. He talked about some difficulties they had as a couple, but he was really vague and didn't go into any details. Now, in this episode, we learn that Charlie actually had a twin, Max. Their birthdays were the same if I'm not mistaken about the details. So he died after birth while Charlie remained alive. It's such an ironic storyline when you think about it. Jason's babies were like the Schrodinger's cat. One of them was alive and the other one ended up being dead. The actual problem now lies here. What will Jason 2 do about this? I don't think he can use Facebook to learn about his dead son. He may try to learn more about it by asking Daniela, which might cause problems. Although I don't think he's stupid enough to let Daniela know that he's unaware of their family history. At some point in the story, I believe Jason will return to his original reality and try to convince Daniela that he's the real one while Jason 2 isn't. They will talk about things that only Jason and Daniela know, things that are too private for Jason 2 to know, and that's how Daniela will understand who her real husband is. This is a theory and maybe something that will not happen for a long time. Before joining his real family, Jason will have to deal with the box and what it presents. The box and more realities. The box that Jason 2 created has been used by 4 people so far if what Leighton and Amanda are saying is true. At first, it was a woman named Blair Kaplan, one of the employees at Velocity. Her counterpart is a close friend of Daniela in Universe 1 and she's a lawyer. She went into the box and has been missing for almost 2 years.
First was an employee. See, when Blair didn't return, you started talking about going next.
When she didn't return, Jason 2 decided to go in, but his real motive was to have a married life with Daniela and send his counterpart to Universe 2. Apparently, when Jason 2 didn't return either, they sent volunteer pilots into the box as well, but they are missing too. The end of the episode and what it revealed was fantastic, if you ask me. The box is not just a machine that randomly takes you from one reality to another. It's like an infinite corridor presenting you with infinite realities. It's a doorway to an entire apparatus. I'm sure that in episode 4, Jason and Amanda will realize they are faced with an infinite number of realities that they can actually visit. This kind of answers the question I had in my previous video on Dark Matter. Is there a new reality opening up every time a character makes a decision? I think the answer is yes. We will see Jason and Amanda visiting a few different realities where Jason made other choices and how everything turned out differently in the end. As far as I understand, the box just appears with you wherever you travel, so they will be able to return inside and maybe experience another reality. But that doesn't mean what they'll encounter won't be dangerous. Did Blair and the others who entered the box visit realities and die there because it was too dangerous? Do you remember the show 11/22/63? It was about time travel, but it still showed something important that could be remembered here. The protagonist went back in time to stop Lee Harvey Oswald from shooting John F. Kennedy. He successfully stopped this, but when he returned to 2011, he realized what this decision had done to the world, which had turned into a wasteland. My point is, in all these other realities I'm hoping Jason will visit, he will have made different decisions that could have changed the trajectory of the world there. The official trailer for the show revealed some incredible stuff and other places Jason and Amanda visit together. After all the different realities they will end up in, I think they will manage to find the one Jason is looking for, but when? I don't know yet. Jason 2 is creepy. Don't you find Jason 2 a little creepy and scary? I mean, he's a manipulator and all that, still there's something so eerie about the way the actor plays the character and the fact that he's so different from the other Jason with his mannerisms and behaviors that it's an exciting experience to just watch him. The nice touches about him being bad with money because he was a wealthy researcher in his other life are good additions to the story. Also, it looks like Jason wasn't really good with his life here, or maybe he didn't satisfy Daniela as much, because Jason 2 and the fact that he was trying to socialize and was making an effort was really appreciated by Daniela. I still believe Daniela will realize something is wrong with her new husband though. Episode review. In one sentence, I loved it. But I did find it problematic that Jason didn't really focus much on the fact that Daniela was killed right in front of him. I mean, you were about to sleep with her before Dawn arrived and shot her in the head. I expected a little more dialogue about Daniela's death and was disappointed by the absence of it. I have a feeling we will see more Danielas in the story, so that's probably why this one wasn't given that much importance in the story. I am too curious to see what will happen next for Jason and Amanda. What kind of worlds will they visit? I can't wait to find out. The show reminded me of Constellation, which Apple TV cancelled, by the way. If you guys know if this is supposed to be a limited series or a drama, let me know in the comments. If you want to see my Constellation breakdowns, you can visit this playlist. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon!